Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a December TBR. I know it's kind of later in the month for me to be doing a TBR, but it is already, what day? December 4th? I guess it's still really early in the month. What am I talking about? But I haven't really read that much this month and it's starting to stress me out because I usually have really ambitious TBRs, but I'm like slacking. So I am making a TBR video. I'm super excited for one release in particular, which is like the first thing I'll talk about. But let me know what you tend to read in December and what you want to read in December. I usually don't like read a ton of holiday and Christmas things because that's just not my vibe. Like, I do find most of them pretty cringy, but I might have one of them on my list. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first book on my list I actually already checked out from the library, and that is Peter Pan and Wendy. I am doing my research before Never by Jessa comes out, which is the next book on my TBR. All I know is that it is a Peter Pan retelling based off of this version, and when I placed a hold on it at the library, I genuinely thought it was a small version with just words. This version that I checked out from the library legitimately has like full-on pictures, like it's for children. Like, there's pictures in it. It's crazy. So my plan is to read this and then read Never by Jessa. It is supposed to arrive on my doorstep tomorrow morning and I'm so excited. The Magnolia Park series was like the best thing I've ever read, so I'm super excited. Okay, next on my list I want to finish the Red Rising trilogy. So this is the last book, Morning Star. I do have Golden Sun somewhere in my room. I legitimately don't know where I put it, but I do have Golden Star somewhere. This is Morning Star. I read the first book and I didn't really love it, but also the ending was intriguing, and also I want to challenge myself to move forward in this series because it felt like I was getting smarter reading it because it was so challenging for me to get through. So, and also it's like not my normal genre and I wanted to challenge myself, so I'm going to keep going in the Red Rising trilogy. It's been described as a cross between Game of Thrones and The Hunger Games, and I love both of those things, so I'm gonna keep going. The first one was more of that Hunger Games vibe, but also the writing was super unique and something that I haven't really come across before, but I don't know if I love it, and I also didn't love the violence in it. Like, it genuinely made me cringe. I'm gonna keep going and I'll let you guys know how it goes. The genre says science fiction. It's not for the weak of heart. Like, this is science fiction, but I'm gonna keep going and I'll let you know how it is. Okay, next up, I actually don't have a physical copy of that, and that is The Storied Life of AJ Vickery by Gabrielle Zevin. Yes, I'm totally reading this because Haley Pham gave it 5 stars. I didn't love Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. There was one chapter that really stood out to me that I still think about all the time, but as a whole I didn't love that book. I didn't connect with that book, but this one's super short and I downloaded it on my phone so I can read it at work, but hopefully this one will be good. I don't know a ton about it except for the fact that it's about a man who recently lost his wife who has a bookstore that's failing right now. That's all I know. So hopefully it'll be cute and fun and fresh, and I'm excited to read that one. It'll only take me like a day, so I'm excited to read that. Okay, next we do have a Christmas read. This is part of our book club pick of the month. So me and literally 2 of my friends started a book club, but we've been going really strong. It was my turn to pick and I was totally gonna pick something else, but they wanted to read something Christmassy, and like I said earlier, I don't really tend to read the holiday books because I do find them kind of cringy, not my vibe. I don't love romance as a genre. It's just not my favorite, but this one looked good, and it is Bright Lights Big Christmas. It's kind of cute. I don't really know what this is about. I'll read you the inside. It's a long way from a Christmas tree farm in the mountains of North Carolina to a certain street corner in Greenwich Village, but Carrie Tolliver, newly unemployed and romantically unattached, reluctantly agrees to make the trek and live in a tiny vintage camper with her gruff older brother and his dog out of family loyalty. Selling Christmas trees at the family stand on a sidewalk in New York City, Carrie is startled to find herself beginning to feel at home in a quirky little corner of the city, and succumbing to the charms of Patrick, a single dad, and his adorable son, Austin. Okay, so it sounds like a cute little love story, but also maybe coming of age, finding yourself. Hopefully there's something more than just a romance. And it's a pretty short book. It's like 280 pages, so I am excited. It is always fun to read like something specifically for the holiday time, and I think that this month of reading is really special for that, so I will go ahead and read it. I definitely will read it this month. Okay, next up is a book I have absolutely nothing about, and I plan on knowing nothing about it as I go into it, and that is A Study in Drowning. I just got it because the cover is legitimately so cute. It's like so interesting and unique. It is a fantasy read, that's all I know, and what I've been seeing on the internet is that people have been giving it kind of middle of the road rankings, like 3 stars. Usually I don't read books that I know are gonna be like pretty mid from the beginning, but this one is just intriguing to me, and it's just funny because I know nothing about it, but I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm not going to look into it anymore, kind of just like go into it with a blank slate, and hopefully I'll like it. I hope it's unique and original, because my problem with fantasies, especially like within the last month in fantasies that I've been reading, is that it just feels like regurgitated work. And I know that nothing is really original, but like some of the things I've been reading have really been feeling like regurgitated work. So hopefully that is original, and I'm excited to read it in December. Alright, I have 3 more books, but they're all part of the same series, and that is what I'm going to choose to end out my December TBR with, just because I know I'm probably going to be reading some other things. Maybe I'll be reading slower this month because of the holiday season, but these books, I've been wanting to read them for years actually, and I bought them a couple months ago, and they've just been staring at me from my TBR cart, and that is The Infernal Devices. I bought them because I think they were on sale, and look at how good the spines look together. Like, I genuinely am in love. Like, I'm just in love with it. I read the Shadowhunter series a long time ago, like City of Bones, like all of those. I was obsessed. I went to the movie in theaters, just obsessed. And I kind of forgot a lot that goes on, but also I'm not in the mood to reread a giant series that I've already read. So I thought that reading The Infernal Devices would be really, really good, and a good way for me to jump back into the world. And I've heard that a lot of people said that this is like their favorite series of hers. So I'm really excited to read it, but I don't know why I like haven't really been gravitating towards reading them, because I've had them on my shelf for a couple of months. I'm really hoping that I'll just like read the first one and then I'll be hooked. So I own these, and I think that's also the problem, the fact that I didn't check it out of the library. I don't feel obligated to read these right away because I can keep them forever. These are urban fantasy, and I'm super excited because I love the Shadowhunters world, and I still remember like some bits and pieces from like City of Bones, that whole series, and I remember I was like addicted. Like, I would get them as they came out, but then again, I don't want to commit myself to a huge series that I've already read. Like, those books are giant, they're huge. I own another one by Cassandra Clare, another series, like the Dark Artifices. You know what I'm talking about, but they're just giant books. I think it's like 800 pages, and I own it. So I've definitely like read her other series at other points. I just have no recollection or memory of it. So I definitely want to dive into this world, and I feel like December is a great month to do it. That was my TBR. Hopefully it's not too ambitious for me and I can go ahead and finish it all. But I will obviously let you know in January. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!